I want to say hello, 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 hey, how are you? Yes, it's me, Uniquely C, and I have my co-host here today, and I want
What's
to the honor
what's
to
go-
you.
yes, what's going on, everybody?
Today,
What's
I was thinking, kind of in my head, with wordplay and what we should talk about, and conversation can go left, right, up, down,
mm-hmm.
anywhere. So I was a little picky and I playing around with, hey, I'm an innie. And then I'm like, pick me. And no lie, I used to be that pick me people person. Always people pleasing. I learned how to get out of that. So now I'm an
Yeah.
innie, meaning I'm an introvert. I don't like being around a lot of people now. That's just
Mm.
how I was close my vote. What about you?
Me, I used to be that person, pick me, pick me, pick me, or why they don't want to do nothing with me. But then after a while, when I got older, it was like, hey, you know what? It's better off to be and just doing things on my own.
Yeah,
Uh, that when you become an introvert, you want your own space, your own an introvert space that you end up going into. It's like, I do it when I want to do it, not when everybody else want me to. Type
yeah,
space. So it's that pick me is wanting to be accepted. Wanting to do things like everybody else. Um, like I said, I used to be that pick me person when I was younger because I did want my friends to pick me then, so that I could play in different activities that they wanted to do. Really, they didn't really want to pick me. I goes back to the age of the thing, disabled. So it was hard. So as I got older and I got away from that, it was okay. I'm gonna just start doing it by myself. And when you start doing it by yourself, you actually become comfortable with it. You sometimes become overly comfortable because you're so used to doing it by yourself and alone that when you do, because people do come around and they do include you, you still feel uneasy. I
mm-hmm.
know I felt that way quite a few times. Like, what the heck am I doing here? I really don't even want to be here. I'm ready to go home. And sometimes that pick me, and that crowd scene that you in, they don't always go hand in hand at all. But and also pick me is the do you see me? I'm here.
Yeah, I get that.
That's where you can get that pick me. I'm here. But that can be interpreted in you can interpret that in friendship wise, relationship wise, um, family wise, work wise. So it can be interpreted in many different ways. Um, it's not always it's not always interpreted the same way.
Yeah, I just wanted to like it's crazy how people change, and it be like so real in a moment when like you
Mm-hmm.
get to the point to where it's like, okay, I'm in a space, I like people, okay, me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool. How are you? Like, yeah, it's all pleasant and peaceful, and each other thing. I get it. But I ain't gonna lie, people pleasing just, I mean, I get it if you're in that space.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing I was there before and how I experienced it, I don't think I'll go back to returning in that space. I know what it did for me and I'm happy with my result. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I think I'll stick in the bubble of being an introvert. That's just my thing. I love it. It
You
taught
love
me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I get the hint that you like your solitude. Yeah, you like your
Yeah,
solitude a lot.
yeah, I
Um,
do.
speaking of solitude, That being in that solitudinal space, as I call it, you learn a lot about yourself. It doesn't always come off as the pick me type of person. You love that space of being quiet. You love that space of not having to deal with everybody. You can actually pick and choose who you want to be around when you are that introverted person. You know, people always think that when you're an introvert, you're mad or you're sad all the time. No, that ain't always true. Sometimes being an introvert, you just like that peace and quiet and solitude of space and to decompress and figure you out sometimes. Um, you don't always figure yourself out all the time when you are an introvert, and that it's all part of that inclusion. Um, we're not always included in everything that everybody does. So when we are not included, we become an introvert. Um, it's the the word that my co-host used is pick me. I'm an any. And when she brought it to my attention, I'm gonna tell you that hit in so many different ways for me. Um, and I can tell you one of the ways it hit was it made me think of family. Um, being when you say pick me, I'm an any. Sometimes your family don't even always include you and stuff, so you become an introvert that way. Um, they taking trips. Like, oh, we're going on this trip, but I don't think you can go because A, B, C, and D.
I know.
And
Pause. I want to give an example. I know exactly how you feel. It was like
mm,
2 weeks ago on my birthday. We did a little celebration at my pop's house,
mm,
and for example, like the whole family was there, whole family, and for a moment I noticed that people was like playing this stuff in my face, and I didn't want to actually like admit like yeah, gee, they doing it until I said it out loud. Like,
mm-hmm.
hold on, is y'all really doing this in my face? And then I'm telling you, it's a feeling of no other. It's a day about you, and you're excluded. Like that
Yeah,
hits like nothing else. And I
it's
think,
like
you know what? It's cool. I ain't tripping. I ain't
it
even
makes
tripping.
right when family do stuff like that, it makes you feel excluded. It makes you feel alone. It makes you feel like you don't even belong to that family. So
I ain't gonna lie, that's fact.
that's how it makes you feel. But then here's the kicker to that: when they sit there and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot." No, how you forget that I was here and I had a disability and I'm a part of this family? How you forget? No, you to me that comes off as you being selfish. You being selfish. You did it the way you did it because you really didn't want to include me in it. And if you
Or
didn't really,
let it not even be selfish. Let's take it a step further and just say being rude. Like you
okay,
know, I
yeah,
like to do
mm-hmm,
this. You know, I like to do that, and to
mm-hmm,
not include me, I just feel like you downright being disrespectful at this point.
mm-hmm.
Cause
Because it's
nothing to tell me. Oh, kid, get your luggage together. Wait on this day. Save me some money. I've been. We leave it on this day. That's a no go for me. I'm like, okay, cool. It's some
right.
excitement, but to do it in my face and don't include me, that's
Wait,
crazy.
excuse me. But it's like
That's
family don't. It's like family doesn't even give you the chance to even decide whether you want to do it. The only people that actually include you, and I can honestly say, are friends. Friends include you in stuff. Hey, you want to go here? Well, girl, girl, guy, where you going? I'm going to such and such a place. You going? Yeah, I'm going. Well, we're gonna figure out how we gonna maneuver with you and with your wheelchair. How we gonna get the wheelchair going? Because you know you need the wheelchair. So we're gonna figure out how we gonna include you with you and your wheelchair. And you feel like when your friends do it, you feel like you belong. But when it comes to family, when family do it, they make you feel like you don't belong. So the pick me is like, hey, I'm here. You see me? I'm here. This is me. You know, you gonna pick me, or you gonna let me sit on the sideline and just watch everything? Um, I'm an any. That's where it comes from. Where you're not being picked or chosen to do things with family, and you start to seclude yourself into within yourself, and you start to plan vacations by yourself and go different places by yourself, and then the family call and say, "Well, why you didn't include me? Or why you didn't ask me if I wanted to go?" Well, I didn't ask if you wanted to go because the last couple of events or family outings that we had, you didn't include me. So since you didn't include me, I didn't feel it was a need for me to pick up the phone and call you and say, "Hey, cat, dog, whatever, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. Um, I'm doing A, B, C, and D." So if you feel as though, and I believe it to me, it burns family members up when we do it, but it's okay when they do it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's what's up.
Say it again. You said you ain't gonna lie, what? You know, so
I said I ain't gonna lie, you that was a big thing.
oh yeah, it is a big thing. It is. Um, speaking of, I'm gonna say speaking of it when it comes to when you say pick me. I'm an any. You know, I mean, and you can even look at it in this perspective too when it comes to relationships and getting to know somebody. It's they're there, you see them and they're there, and they're like, "Hey, I'm here. Pick me. I'm the perfect candidate for you." And you know, we overlook men and women overlook that candidate and like, ah, nope, and we go to pick somebody else, knowing they're going well. We shouldn't have even picked that person. 'Cause that person was never meant. But
Yeah, and then something you said a little earlier, I was gonna comment and say, I feel like at a certain age,
mhm.
your friends become your family, and your family literally become your friends.
That is so true. It goes in reverse. It goes in reverse. Your friends become your family, and your family become your friends. One thing I've always told anybody, and this is what I say. When when your friends become your friends treat you with way more respect and dignity than your family do sometimes. Because family, no, they don't always include you. Sometimes you feel as though they could have tried to include you, but they don't. Friends include you in every aspect. Hey, let me call my homie or my friend up or my sister up and say, hey, cat, dog, yo, let me tell you what happened. This. And they include you. They include you because, and this is what I think why they include you. Because they include you because they know what it feels like to be excluded and they waving their hand, pick me, I'm here. They know what it feels like. So when you find somebody that's on that same level that knows what it feels like not to be included, not to be picked, they gonna make sure, okay, I felt what you felt. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick you every time so you don't feel that way. You know, and then on top of that, with the topic we talking about today, friends. You said friends become family, and that is a thing where we pick our friends, but we don't pick our family. You know, when we pick our friends be thinking on the same level here as we do, but our family don't. Um, when it comes to work, even when it comes to the job, you like pick me, I can do the job, I can do the job, but they overlook you, and you become in, an introvert at work, and you start to say to yourself, and your coworkers be like, "Well, why you not talking? Well, why you not doing this?" And what you really want to tell them coworkers is, listen, y'all overlook me, so why should I worry about being picked to do anything when y'all overlook me at work? Y'all overlook me for a job position. Y'all overlooked at the work that I do at work. Y'all overlook me, so I'm not going to sit there and put myself out there just so y'all can overlook me again. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to collect, make my money, and I'm going to go home. I'm not going to add no extra stress or anything on me when it comes to me doing my job. I'm going to be the introverted person. And I believe that family creates the introverted person sometimes. Um, Relationships create an introverted person sometimes. Mm, Your own children can turn you into an introverted person. And you, not that
I
you
got,
want to be
no,
the
wait,
introverted.
wait, wait, wait. I got a better one.
Okay.
Life creates the introvert all the time.
That is so true. Ah, yes, that is definitely true. Life does create that. Sometimes I believe when you walk out here and you have a disability, and this is really how I feel. I believe sometimes when you walk outside with your disability, you walk out blinded. You walk out with a blindfold on. And the reason why I say that is because you never know what the world is going to throw at you. You never know how the people are going to act towards you. You never know how the people who work at certain jobs are going to react to you. So the world throws different things at you, and you become an introvert because you don't want to deal with these people that's out here in this world. Um, what what also makes you become an introvert is pain.
No, I want to
Pain makes you become an introvert. Um, when you
do.
go through pain, you're not that pick me person. You're that I'm that introvert that's going to sit over here and deal with my pain and hold it in, and I'll deal with it my way. You're never that pick me person. I just lost my co-host, but she'll be back. So, you know, when you're not that pick me, pick me person, there she is. Um, people think you always have an attitude because you become that introvert. No, it's not that. You just don't want to deal with what you've been dealing with as an introverted person. You don't want to deal with that. And we as disabled people know all about being introverts. We know all about that all too well. Um, we stop becoming that pick me person, and we become the introverted person because we deal we deal with things within ourselves. They don't have to deal with everybody. Um, when it comes to, I'm gonna say when it comes to traveling, you become an introvert and you stop becoming that pick me person. The reason why I say that, and here's the reason why I say that, and I'm gonna give you facts. When you travel and you have to go through TSA and all of that stuff, you become an introverted person because at the end of now you got to deal with people. Oh, we got to take you in this room and check this and check that, and you just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just clam up here. Listen, can you do what you got to do so you can get it over with and catch this flight? And then people, like my co-host said, people in this world can make you feel totally uncomfortable. By the way they approach you, you become an introvert. By the way they talk to you, you become an introvert. By the way they interact with you, you become an introvert. You don't become that pick me person or let me hold this conversation with you. I know for me, I go off of how people are when I meet people in the street. Some people stop holding conversation with me, and the conversation sometimes it goes it goes to be further than just the hello, how you doing, and the conversations be great. They be real great, you know. So when you become that person, an introvert, and that pick me person, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Um, the good thing is you don't have to deal with everybody. Sometimes the bad thing is when you deal with people, you just be wondering the who, the what, the when, the when, the why. Um, lost my co-host again, but she'll be back. So at the end of it all, you wondering, you wondering a lot, and when you wonder about you being that pick me person, and I'm an any person, it's it becomes it weighs on you sometimes. Weighs on you when it comes to deal with family. Um, it weighs on you big time. You know, so um, that's what we I'm gonna ask my co-host. Um,
Can you hear me?
go- I can hear you. Yes,
Okay, now what was you supposed to ask?
said I'm about to ask my co-host the question. So my question to you is, you know, this topic gets pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm an any. You
Yeah.
know, for you, when did you realize that you stopped being this pick me person and became a I'm an any person? When did all that happen for you?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know the exact day and the exact year, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember the experience that I was in. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just about to bring it up before this whole my tablet started acting weird. But I was outside and if I don't know like if y'all ever the way my I don't even want to get into that. But I was outside and I was about like y'all know the little dish satellite, the dish
Mm-hmm.
post that be by the houses. I was sitting by that, but I was like low key behind it, like I was hiding. But I wasn't hiding though.
Mm-hmm.
So then my mom came out the door and she started laughing. So I'm looking,
Wow.
I started laughing too because I'm like, I want to laugh. What's funny? She
Right.
was like, Tia, you alright? I'm like, yeah, what made you say that? Like, I'm so off. I'm like, what? I'm okay. She's
Mm.
like, you look hilarious sitting behind the satellite. Like, you look homeless. I started
Wow.
laughing. No, because it was funny the way she said it in the end. Of course,
Mm.
I didn't see myself until she showed me a picture of what I actually look like. But I was just chilling. I was just outside chilling. I wasn't thinking about where I was at. I was just, I don't
Mm.
know, like when I find my peace and I know like where I want to be in certain moments,
Mm.
I go to the weirdest places and just relax. And
Wow.
at that
Mm.
moment, I was just calm, cool, and collected.
Mm.
And I wasn't even thinking about how she saw me until I was seeing the picture, and it was hilarious. Hopefully, I can still find it. If I still find it, I'm gonna post it. Uh, but no, in real time, like I was just doing my own thing. I wasn't worried about nobody, how they see me, not nothing. So then she made a comment. She said, "Tia, why you sit by the satellite?" So she was like, you made me feel like you don't want to be like me. I'm like,
Mm.
huh? Where that come from? Like, I'm
Mm.
lost. Like, she's feeling out her
Right.
feelings. I'm like, hold on, this not that. I just came out to get a little air. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I'm catching her feelings, and I'm not knowing how to react. At the
Mm.
same time, I'm being calm, and I don't want to. push down her feelings, but I'm like,
Right,
I don't know what else to say. I'm just out here chilling.
right.
And she was like, if you don't want to be around me, just tell me. I know how to leave. I'm like, mine, it ain't even like that.
Right, right. Right.
Like, don't feel no kind of way. Like, I'm just
Right.
chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, trust me, if it was like that, we would have had that conversation personally. But now I'm just
Mm-hmm.
out here getting some fresh air. That's it. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, and she started laughing. She's like, ha, 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 let's take a picture. You look crazy. You buy something and you're just chilling. Right? And I ain't even lie. The satellite was kind of my shield.
mm. Ooh.
And I don't know,
Mm.
it was like a symbol like, leave me alone. Like,
Mm. You
I
just
wasn't pushing nobody away, but I don't
mm.
know, it's kind of like a shield, like, let me
You
have
just
my peace.
you just made me
Like,
think of something, but we're gonna talk about it after the show. Um.
yeah, like, just let me have my peace. That's my little shield right now. That's why I got behind it and not in front
Mhm.
of it.
Right. 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 Right.
I didn't
So
want to be noticed, but I was just enjoying my me time, like,
some,
literally.
but sometimes you gotta date. Sometimes even though you don't want to do that, sometimes you know you have to do that. You have to find peace and harmony somewhere, uh, and somewhere within being that pick me. I'm an any type of person. You have to. Even like I said, even when it comes to relationships and friendships, sometimes we pick the wrong friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes we pick the wrong friends and we like, I don't even know how this friendship lasted this long. Dang.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's facts. I'm going through that right now. That's
You like,
facts.
whew, Jesus. If this is really, I mean, you wonder by yourself, and you be like, okay, you say you my friend, you say you this, you say you pick me as to be your friend, but I've been your friend for this amount of years, and you've been my friend for this amount of years, and here we go with the clashing, and it doesn't feel
No,
like
wait.
a
No, hold on. I wanna hit you with something I seen the other day. I forgot where I seen it. It was either on my phone or on TV or on the show. But they said, years don't mean loyalty, and that spoke loud as boy. Listen,
ooh, that hit different. That one
yeah,
hit there.
it
That
did.
hit
It
different.
did.
So
Years
okay, so
don't mean loyalty.
it's years don't mean loyalty. So here's the question that okay, I know we talking about the pick me. I'm the Indian, right? So here's the question that's gonna probably tie all this thing together.
Yeah,
If years don't mean loyalty, right? And you
yeah,
was just pick me person. I'm pick me person. I'm an Indian, right? So
yeah.
where does the what does the loyalty stand for if years don't mean loyalty? What where's the loyalty? Where would the loyalty stand without the years? Is it going to stand alone? Like the topic that we talk about today, being an intro, being an introvert.
I think it realistically it just boils down into being an introvert.
Okay,
Because that
okay.
that's two facts. Like if years not meaning loyalty and loyalty is not determined by the years we spent, I mean
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. I mean, of course you gonna step your way, I'm gonna step my way. I'm gonna carry on and do my thing and I
Of
expect you to
course.
do the same.
Excuse me, but yes, that is so true. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, you like that just because what you just said to me, that just spoke to me. Years don't mean loyalty. Yeah, it don't,
But,
man, and it makes you sit back and it makes you think. I don't care how many years I put in with this person, or how many years this person put in with me. I still sometimes don't feel like that this person is loyal to me.
and I'm not even gonna bicker because in my current situation that's been hitting me crazy is
Hmm.
I literally seen all those years as loyalty.
Mm.
I am humongous on like loyalty. Like A1 day one, that's me. But then I had to like flip the script a little bit, like Tia. You not seeing you in this person. Let it go.
Mm.
It may never be a you in this person. Let it go.
Mm. Okay, so speaking of that, we're gonna switch gears just for a second. Speaking of that, right?
No.
So, do you ever think when you pick a friend, when you are that pick me, and you pick that friend,
Right, you
that
bleeding.
that friend, that friend that's supposed to hold you down, do you think you can see yourself in that person? Like that's my A1, that's my day one. We two in the same. Do you ever think you can see yourself in that person?
I mean, that depends on how you look at it though. Because I can say I see pieces of me in somebody,
Hmm.
meaning spaces in my life I can see in that person that I went through,
Hmm.
and then I also can mean by that uh a phase of life, something I know that did something to me, and I see is doing the same to you. I can say that as well. But
But that. Mm, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
See see that just brought something to my attention too. You
What?
can't put lifetime expectations on something or someone that was only supposed to be around for a season. You can't put season expectations on a person that is really supposed to be around for a lifetime.
But
And
then
but see, hold on, but here's the tricky part today. You have to
pause.
did
Wait,
you
wait. Pause before you leave. Pause. How you know that person gonna stick around for a lifetime?
you say how you know what?
That person is here for a lifetime.
But see, yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's when you have to decipher the two. Which one is here for that season and which one is here for the lifetime? Because sometimes when you pick the person that's only here for the season and you put them in lifetime expectations, you hurt yourself. And then when you put the person that's only
That's,
be here, supposed to be here for that lifetime and you put season expectations on them, you hurt yourself that way. So then what you have to do is sit down and you have to swap the two. And sometimes swapping the two could hurt you more than what was already put in front of you.
but then let me ask you this. Now, realistically, like in every scenario you can think of, don't you think putting expectations on people overall kind of hurt yourself a little bit?
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we do it all the time. We put expectations on people, and the expectations we put on people don't always live up to the expectations that we think of as people. Those
I mean,
expectations.
I feel like the expectation role should
Mhm.
fall. Like I'm more on the level of if we call each other friends and if we like on this whole
Mhm.
uh role of okay, you a true friend, you somebody that I actually want to have in my life. Okay, now let's start setting these boundaries. So now we know what's what and when is that. Because I mean, if we're not doing that, we're just playing around with time, correct?
True. But here's another thing. Since we on this little thing that goes coincide with what our topic is today tonight, we don't always put boundaries on people, and we hurt ourselves when we don't put boundaries on people. We hurt ourselves because you know why? They gonna do something to hurt us, and then when we flip it and try to put the boundaries on people, they gonna look at us like we crazy. You didn't put boundaries on me in the beginning, so why you gonna do it now?
I don't know that. I mean, oh man, I don't, man.
Yeah, see, make you think. You
Yeah,
didn't put back. But see, and that's where we hurt ourselves because if you didn't put boundaries on me when we first started this whole thing, no matter what it is, and all of a sudden something big happens, and now you want to put boundaries on me, now you're making me feel like as your friend or whatever it is, I'm restricted.
No, but no, hold on, because I don't want to make it feel like, oh, I'm just the one doing it. No,
No,
I'm saying collectively, if we have a certain conversation and you
mhm,
and I can both agree, okay, or we not gonna do this no more. We gonna start doing
right.
this, start doing
Hmm.
that. And if we can collectively come together and just be like, yeah, this
Hmm.
set in stone for today on, that's cool. But I
Right. But see,
don't want, I would not want anybody to try to bring my past into present and say, you didn't do this then. No, we
but
started
see,
something. So why are you
and,
talking about the past? Don't
right.
bring
But see,
my past to our
but see,
present. I
yeah.
don't like that.
But see, here's the kicker with that. Here's the kicker with that. And this is what I try to tell everybody. And I'm gonna use myself for an example. I know my past is what it is. I've had a rough past when it comes to friends, lovers, family, work, my work life.
Yeah.
I've had all of that. But here's the crazy part that I realize that people do when it comes to me. People grab onto my past and say, well, in your past, da, 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 you was like this. Yes, I was like that in my past. And I feel like this. If you every time that you see me and my past is all that you can talk about, whether it's I did something back in my younger days that I know I definitely ain't gonna do now, and that's all you can talk about, you can keep that because that's the only part of me that you feel like that's exciting to you.
The bigger question is, why are you so focused on my past when we're in the future?
Because at the end of the day, that's sometimes that's all that people have is your past, and they can't go with you in the future. That
And then
past is what
that
because
just let me know right then and there we're in two different spaces of our life. We're not
right.
into each
Hmm.
other.
Because at the end of the day, and this is what I try to explain to everybody, if you want to keep talking about my past, I'm going to shake your hand and thank you. And everybody said, why are you going to do that? I said, because you're still keeping me relevant. So it's something about me that's making you keep me relevant in this day and age that you liked about my past. Probably that you couldn't get, probably something that I did in my past that you're trying to do now and emulate and you can't.
Yeah. And then hold on, I want to ask you another question.
Mhm.
Okay, now, do you feel like opposites attract?
Yes,
Okay, so
I do.
that's saying pick me, and that I'm an any. Do your thing. They can coexist in the same circle.
Yeah. Hmm. I believe they can. Yeah.
Now, why would you say that?
Because you have to be willing to do something like that. You have to be willing to coexist in the same circle because the pick me person and you pick that person. Yes, you pick that person. Mhm. Yeah, okay. But the introvert person is in their shell. Now that pick me person is an outgoing person, like to do this and like to do that. But that
Yeah,
I'm an any person, it just sits around and I'm gonna stay in this. So when the two collide, that person that's a pick me person gonna take that person and I'm an any and say, come on, we're gonna do this. No, I don't want to do it. No, come on, we're gonna go do this. Come on, let's go
yeah,
try it. And the more you take that person that says, I'm an any, let's go try it, eventually that person that I'm an any going to take that pick me person and they're going to go out and have fun. And you know what that person that says, well, I'm an any going to say? That is the best time I've ever had in my life.
yeah. And I feel like it's nothing but experiences. Everybody loves new experiences.
Right. So that's how those two can coexist. Because the I'm a pick me person is going to teach the I'm an any person something else, and it's going to be vice versa. The I'm an any person going to teach the pick me person something. And they're going to build from those two. And the more they build, the closer they get. Yeah, that's my best friend, girl. Yeah, homie, that's my homie right there. But at the same time, I want to thank my homie and my best friend for doing A, B, C, and D for me. it all boils down to me personally, I believe it all boils down to this. And this is something that my mom has always told me. This is something that my grandmama has always told me. Even my sister has told me. First impression that you make on somebody is always the best impression. Because when you leave that first impression on somebody, that first impression about you will never leave them at all. They're like, dang, this person done made a hell of an impression on me. Man, and I ain't talked to him in years. God, that was one hell of an impression. So you have to, with the pick me, I'm an any person. They can
No, wait,
coexist.
wait, 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 wait. I mean, yeah, it can't be the same person, but when I thought about it, pick me was one person. I mean, he was a different person.
Right. And but they both can coexist. They can.
Yeah,
It's possible.
it is.
It's very much
Adventure,
so.
adventure and new experiences.
Hmm.
I'm telling you,
But
that's what's the
they
thing.
they have to they have to want to coexist too.
Yeah, I understand as well.
They have to want to coexist. Um, I believe since we on the topic that we on, I believe this, and this has been for me. I'm an introverted person. I stay to myself.
Yeah,
Um, to talk to people, they talk to me. I mean, sometimes I hear people ever say, "Hey, how you doing?" Just checking on you. Mm, I check on you to see how you doing. So it's when you go through so much in life. For one, when you go through so much in life, for one, as a disabled person, you become the introverted person. You teach yourself how to be the introverted person because there's a fear of the pick me being rejected. And once that pick me person gets rejected, you ain't getting the other side. You gonna get the introverted person, that quiet, that don't want to do much type of person. That's what you're gonna pick up. Um, so when you get that, especially if they've been that way, especially if they've been that way for a long time, that's a cycle that's hard to break. Very, very hard to break.
yeah.
And us introverted people, we like our peace and solitude and space. Nothing personal, but we just like it. And a lot of people don't understand that. We like that quiet, no
And
nonsense type of
I kind of
space.
want to correct what I said earlier. I'm in the mix of both. I notice I'm more introverted than a people person. I
Hmm.
still do people please, but it has to be literally very minimal.
Right.
I'm
So,
much more to myself now. I'm happy to say that. If anything,
mhm.
I am.
So but that also that people pleasing also goes with the pick me. Because when you people please, you forget about your own happiness. You just want the people to be happy that's around you. But then once you stop doing that, people pleasing, you stop pleasing everybody that's around you, you go back into this introverted person, which is the any
Yeah,
person.
stuck
And
in my
what
shell. That's what I call that. Stuck in my shell. And honey, I love my shell.
hmm
I love it. I love it dearly.
but that also goes hand in hand with the pick me, I'm a loner.
I don't think I'm a loner though. I mean, I wouldn't mind being called that, but I don't think I am.
I am. I know I am. I'm a
I
loner to the fullest.
don't know if I am. Honestly,
I'm a loner to the fullest. I am. And
I don't
there's
even
a
know what a loner is now. It doesn't change.
a loner, I'm gonna tell you what a loner is. A loner is somebody that only comes out and be like, okay, well, I want to do this, but I need another person to do this with. So
Uh, well, yeah, I'm not no loner because I ain't gonna do it by myself happily at any moment.
I'm a loner. I'm an
So,
introverted person, but sometimes I can be that. I can be that. Pick me, pick me. I'm an outie person.
yeah,
It all depends on. First of all, it depends on the day. It depends on the mood. It depends on the atmosphere
yeah,
because an atmosphere can play a role in. I'm gonna be this introverted person. I'm gonna be the pick me person,
yeah,
and that can sometimes ooh, that can weigh on you. Um, on the family aspect of it, I'm a loner. Um, family situations can make you an introverted person.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, yeah, that's. I want to say yes. That's definitely true.
Family situations can make you a strong introverted person, and you looking around and you like, I'm an introverted person now.
No,
Uh,
I want to ask the audience this: how many of y'all exactly is the only so-called disabled or whatever in the wheelchair, deaf, blind? How many of y'all is the only one in the family? Like the only niece, the only granddaughter, the only sister, the only cousin. How many of y'all is literally the only one?
meaning as far as you meaning as
So
far as
like being
like
the only one is hard. It's so hard. It's so hard.
being the only disabled one in the family, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's ooh,
I
mm,
know no more.
mm, mm. You got to deal with so. Speaking of that, you got to deal with so many things when you are the only disabled person in the family because you feel like nobody else in your family can relate to what you go through unless it's somebody else that is
No.
disabled, and that is the most challenging, most hardest, most hurtfulest thing that we as people, we as disabled people in the family have to go through.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, it even goes back to how you said sometimes in the other conversation we had days ago, you had said something like, what if our families didn't know how to love us or how to treat us or whatever? It goes back to that because then
Right.
that goes into cousins, that goes into aunties, that goes
Hmm.
into uncles and grandparents and
Hmm.
everybody else.
Yeah, it does. Cause guess what? With that, when I said that, I was we as disabled people, we don't come with a playbook. We
At
not the
all.
internet. We not the NFL and come with a playbook. We not a basketball team and come with a playbook.
I got one for you. I got one for you. We're the new scum on the bottom of my shoe. I'm not
Ah.
being rude. I'm not being rude, you guys.
No, no,
I'm
no, no,
just
no,
saying,
no, no. I know you're not being rude. I get that part.
only
But
in this world, that's how they look at us. That's
oh,
a
of
shame. I
course,
don't
of
like it. I
course.
want to change it, but the way I
Mm,
want to change it, I don't think I can.
you can.
Well, I mean,
You,
I know I can, but I don't think I want to no more. If
but
that
nah,
makes
I understand that because that fight that part it wears you out.
yes, it
Um,
does. It does.
it wears you out and it takes a lot out of you.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, one day I was taking the kids to like a quick little story time. I was taking the kids to trampoline park,
Mhm.
and I got so like I was in there like I was cool. They had a little elevator. That's the only little whoopty doo they got, and you can barely get anywhere just
Right.
with that. But with that being said, I was so irritated because it was very minimum that I was comfortable with letting my daughter do. I mean, I know you ain't doing nothing but jumping and falling, but at the same time, ain't nothing else she can do.
It's because you know why you felt that way, and I'm gonna tell you why you felt that way. Because you felt limited, and
Literally,
when you feel it, and this is what I think, and this goes hand in hand with the pick me introverted. When we as disabled parents, we as disabled people feel when we start to feel limited and with a lot of stuff, we ain't taking our children nowhere at all. Because what happens is, I know I want to take my children or my child to this place, but is it accessible for me to get there? Can I do the things that I want to do with my child as a parent when I get there? But when you do finally get there, the disappointment comes in because you can't do it.
okay, hold on. That's a whole nother conversation. We gonna have to say that for tomorrow because I got a lot to say on that. I don't even want to jump in that book of a lot of shit, but
Right.
we
No, no, I get it. I get it. We definitely go ahead. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. We have, to the audience that's out there, watch these podcasts that we do. And, we've been doing them for over a week now?
yeah we
Yeah, over a week. Now, what nobody knows is we were supposed to be done recording on Valentine's Day, but but me and my co-host has agreed to keep this going, and the reason why
yeah
we and the
I
reason
got
why,
sick as well.
what you say?
No, I was telling them my hair got sick as well. That's kind of what pushed it longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She got sick. Yesterday we were supposed to be on here, and my body wasn't acting right yesterday. My body was like, mm-mm, nope, try again tomorrow. Um, so I can happily say I'm better now, but we were supposed to stop these podcasts on Valentine's Day, and we both had a collective decision to sit down and not stop because it's so much to be said, between her ideas and my ideas, and what y'all don't know is we bounce things off of each other, and
Yeah,
that's where the ideas come from. Um, what people don't understand, I feel like, and this is off of our topic right now. I feel like I'm becoming a voice. I'm becoming a voice for the voiceless. So is my co-host. She thinks it, I think it. We talk about it. We put it out there. Um,
yeah, and to add on to what he just said, another thing, years ago, I used to always get messages of people. I don't know. I guess they was excited, the fact or happy that I could speak my mind or how I felt about being somebody. Of course, that has a disability, and I would always just shout out how I felt, like and why I felt that way. So they will always inbox me and tell me their experiences and this, that, and the third. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start doing something with that. And ever since then, I really start bringing it to my channel, and I say, you know what? What this is for.
hmm
So I share my experiences, my everyday life questions I may have, opinions from different people. Honey, this is our world, and it's up to us what we do with it.
hmm
Honestly,
Um, and
that's it.
I must say cheers to my co-host. I gotta give her props once again. I did it on the last episode, but this is really turning into something that's bigger than her, bigger than me. Um,
Mm,
I have a I have a topic that has come to mind, but I'm not going to say it right now. I'm not. I'm
okay,
a, I'm gonna talk it over with my co-host, and that topic that I'm thinking is going to hit so many. Just what the topic alone is going to be. It's going to hit. It's going to have to do with what's going on in this world today, being disabled, and
okay,
a bunch of other stuff. But I can't give it all away on this show tonight. So when we're
okay.
done
So
filming,
is we kind of diving into the role of just open combo?
um, we can, we can, but I don't want to do it right now because this topic is just, it's specific to what I have to, what I'm going to text you, and you're gonna be
Uh,
like, okay, okay, you
okay,
know. So when we done with it, I got you.
okay.
Um, but back to this before we finish. Um, being a pick me person and an introvert, yes, they can go hand in hand. It's all in how it's up to the two people who's the pick me person, who's the introvert person. It's all in how y'all work work the things out between y'all two. Um, you have to be willing to go through change. I lost my co-host again. She's back. um, you got to be willing to go through change. The pick me person, introvert person. That's all. To me, I feel it's all about change. It's all about not change in a bad way, but change in a good way. That's what it's about. Um, you know, we have to. We really have to dive into us. Keep losing you, co-host. What's going on?
I'm sorry. No, this thing I was trying to understand why my voice wasn't showing up, but you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. You're fine. Um, and so, like I was saying, we have to dive into. First of all, if you are a pick me person, what does the pick me person bring to the table for you? What does the introvert person bring to the table for you? That's something that y'all both two have to figure out. What does this introverted person bring to me, can teach me? What does this pick me person bring to the table and can teach me? What can we teach each other? Because you definitely, if you're an introvert and a pick me person, you definitely can coexist and you definitely can you definitely can learn from each other. You definitely can do that. Um, so I'm always giving my co-host a question before we finish our live show. So at this time, I want my co-host to ask me a question. Um, she always has a bunch of
No,
burning questions that she's
I
willing to
love.
ask.
Yes, you know me. I
So,
love questions. Uh, okay. In this life that you have lived thus far,
mhm,
have you ever hit a situation being an introverted person that just mentally took you somewhere you didn't want to be?
yes. hmm
And
Um, you said what?
no, go ahead. I'm gonna give you a chance to speak.
Yes, it has. Um, I'm not gonna speak too much on the situation I've been through, but I've been through a situation where in this day and lifetime, the thing that I went through, it took me to a place, it turned me into a person I didn't want to be. Um, being an introverted person because it forced me to come out of my introverted shell for a little while to be the pick me person. Um, I learned a lot from it. I've gained a lot from it, and I understood why it happened.
And my last question for you is, do you think having being physically disabled forces you to be an introvert?
Yes, very much so. And the reason why that is because being disabled and being an introvert, you never want to. It's like it's like we have this wall, this imaginary wall that nobody knows that we have, and
Mhm.
it's our biggest, it's our guard, and it takes, and behind that wall that we have is us as this introverted person, and it takes a special person to come along and chip away at that wall just to get you out of that, and just to get you out of being an introvert. Now, once that person has chipped away at your wall and made you come out of being a introverted person, you're like, hey, I like this. This is me. Lost my co-host again, waiting for her to come back. Um, this is me. We definitely, definitely, it definitely, um, definitely has forced me to put that wall up, and it has forced a lot of people to try to come and knock it down. But being an introvert for me works. It works. Co-host
Okay,
is
and
back.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and before we end the night, I want to give y'all my last little short story for the night. It was a lot of times growing up as a teenager, as a young adult, and also as a kid. In certain situations, it was always just me. And for the longest amount of time, I will always have that fight in me to where it's like, why do I always just see people like me at school? And then it was like, oh, well, why I don't see these people here? Why these people not there too? Like, what? Like, and it will crush me and crush me because it's like in every situation, every new experience I had, I would never see my kind of people.
Hmm.
And it will bother me because I'm like, is we supposed to just be at home looking at the TV screen all day?
Hmm.
Is we supposed to just say, oh, since we got this challenge or this whatever, we supposed to just say forget life, huh?
Mm. That's what they
Until
want us to do.
until I notice, I feel like it was my bigger purpose because I've traveled, I've been here, I've been there, I did this, and I thought I could do it. I pushed through a lot of obstacles and situations that, trust me, I didn't feel like I could, and I
Hmm.
actually. So it came a point to where I was like, you know what, dear, this is bigger than you.
Hmm.
And believe it or not, this situation is bigger than you. So come on, let's talk about it. But you
Hmm.
know what? I always had an issue with getting on this damn internet, talking to my own self. I got a
Well,
big problem with that. I couldn't
well,
do it.
guess
Couldn't
what?
do it.
You don't have that issue no more. You got a co-host. You don't have to have that issue
Y'all,
anymore.
I'm telling y'all, I had this big thing. I don't see how people can just turn on their phone and talk to themselves. That
Hmm.
bothers me. I like human interaction.
Yeah.
I really do. I cannot, like, I get so uncomfortable staring at my phone all day long, 24 hours, and it's just me. I
Mm.
can't do it. That makes me not want to do it no more. Literally, like in actuality, one day I even tried to make it fun. I said, you know what's here? Since I have no way of communicating with nobody else through my screen, I'm gonna learn sign language. The,
Mm.
the shit gonna be funny, but I'm gonna learn.
Mm.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna look crazy doing all this crap with my hands, but I'm gonna learn something today. And I just every scenario I had, I always turned it around and made it something else. And still to this day, I wanna make this thing for the blind that says I'm here for you no matter what. But I haven't met a blind person yet to
I
make
have.
it.
I've met quite a few.
I haven't met one yet, and I want to make them. I think it's kind of in real. The thing they touch,
Mm.
it'd be
It's called
like,
Braille.
okay, real.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like they own specially designed plate just about me to say like I'm always here if you need me. But
Mm-hmm.
I never met nobody blind, so of course I can't do that.
It's coming. That thing is coming. It's coming.
What are you
Mm.
doing?
But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us for another show. Um, there will be more to come. We are going to do this for as long as we can. Um, I don't know what number episode we on, but we moving along. But I'm gonna leave you with this: being an introvert and a pick me person. Just know that they can coexist. It's how. It's not when they coexist with each other, but it's how they coexist with each other. And on
Yeah.
that note, ladies and gentlemen, well, we always say, if it's not a
Like,
me thing,
it's a we
we
thing.
thing.
We
That's right.
out. Peace.
Hey.